Let's begin with the big political headlines coming in from the poll-bound states. Focusing on Punjab first, where Rahul Gandhi campaigned for his party yesterday in a day-long tour. And for the longest time, the narrative within the Punjab Congress has been about the infighting and the factionalism. In clearly a bid to end that finally, Rahul Gandhi announced that very soon the Congress will end all the suspense over exactly who the CM faces and announce the name. Will it be Charanjit Singh Channi or will it be Navjot Singh Sidhu? Both leaders have said that whoever the party picks, they will 100% back.
Flanked by Navjot Singh Sidhu and Charanjit Singh Channi, Rahul Gandhi visited the Golden Temple on Thursday. A picture that perhaps represents the Congress's strength to strike a balance between the two warring Sardars to be the CM face. The Congress projected a united front, first with a mega show of strength in Amritsar and then at a virtual rally in Jalandhar. It was Navjot Singh Sidhu who addressed the elephant in the room. Who will be the top contender for Chief Minister?
ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਟੀਆਰਪੀ ਲਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਅਗਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਔਰ ਅਗਲੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਨੀਹਾਂ 'ਚ ਵੀ ਚਿੰਟਦੀ ਉਹ ਨਵਜੋਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਸਿੱਧੂ ਨੂੰ ਜੇ ਉਫ ਕਰ ਗਿਆ ਲੇਕਿਨ ਨਿਰਣੇ ਲੈਣ ਦੀ ਤਾਕਤ ਦਈਓ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਿਰਣਾ ਹੋਏ ਬਸ ਦਰਸ਼ਨੀ ਘੋੜਾ ਨਾ ਬਣਾ ਦਿਓ ਬਾਕੀ ਸਭ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਬੋਲੇ ਸੋ ਨਿਹਾਲ।
As Channi looked on, Sidhu reiterated that he is not a showpiece. With the two CM candidates sharing the stage with him, Rahul said a CM face will be announced soon.
जल्दी से जल्दी जो आपकी मांग है चीफ मिनिस्टर को डिक्लेयर करने की मांग उसको हम जल्दी से जल्दी पूरा करें.
In an effort to cover up the cracks in Punjab Congress, Rahul reiterated that whoever becomes the CM face between Channi and Sidhu, the other will support the party's pick.
पंजाब में सबसे बड़ा सवाल कांग्रेस पार्टी को पंजाब में कौन लीड करेगा. दोनों ने मुझे कहा जो भी लीड करेगा कसम खा के दूसरा व्यक्ति अपना पूरा दम अपनी पूरी शक्ति उसकी मदद करने में लगा देता.
All is not well in the Congress, but the netas refuse to acknowledge the widening cracks.
ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਰਾਤ ਦਾ ਲਾੜਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਆਪਸੀ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੈ. ਸਿੱਧੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਉਰੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਖੜੋ ਜਰਾ ਆ ਲੋ ਆਓ ਆਸ਼ੂ ਜੀ ਆਓ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਣੇ ਐਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਹੇ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਲੜਾਈ ਹੈ ਕੁਰਬਾਨੀ ਦੇਵਾਂਗਾ ਹਰ ਹਾਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਬਿਹਤਰੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਅੱਛੀ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਦੇਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਮੂਰੇ ਖੜਾਂਗਾ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਾਂਗਾ.
With polls less than a month away, the Congress is faced with a mammoth Punjab challenge. In the clash of the titans, who will Rahul pick? Bureau Report, India Today.
So Rahul Gandhi clearly trying to send out a message of unity within the Punjab Congress unit. But what also made headlines yesterday as Rahul Gandhi touched down in Amritsar was some MPs choosing to skip the event.
Rahul Gandhi enters the battlefield in Punjab. In a mega show of unity, the Congress MP, along with their assembly candidates and top leaders, visited the Golden Temple. The entire team then visited Durgyana Mandir and Bhagwan Valmiki Tirath Sthal in a reach out to all key social segments of Punjab. But what was billed as a show of unity by an otherwise divided Punjab Congress was soon overshadowed by the missing faces. 5 Congress MPs stayed away from the events, indicating all is not well. The absentees were Manish Tiwari, Ravneet Singh Bittu, Jasbir Singh Gill, Mohammad Sadiq and Preneet Kaur. The Congress launched a firefight right away. It denied any dissent, claiming the MPs were not invited to the events.
We are Amritsar. Amritsar MP is there very much. Everybody is busy with their election campaign and everything. They will be there in respective constituency. Nothing is like that.
So all is well in the party now?
Very much.
Some missing MPs tried to clear the air. Jasbir Singh Gill, one of the absent MPs, first tweeted he had informed the leadership of his inability to attend the Amritsar event due to personal obligations. An hour later, he tweeted, MPs were not invited to the functions. Just a day ago, Jasbir Singh Gill had made his displeasure clear, asking what can one do if the party ignores hard work, loyalty and honesty. Another MP, Ravneet Singh Bittu, reached the Jalandhar venue where Rahul addressed a virtual rally. For the party, trouble seems to be mounting. The Congress is already struggling to keep the divide between CM Charanjit Singh Channi and State Unit Chief Navjot Singh Sidhu under check. In Jalandhar, Sidhu asked Rahul to name a CM face. Rahul sidestepped the question altogether.
आई टीआरपी लिए नहीं लड़ रहे, अगली सरकार बनाने के लिए लड़ रहे हैं महाराज, और अगली सरकार बनाने लिए नीहां च भी चढ़ती हो नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू ने उफ कर गया, लेकिन निर्णय लेने की ताकत दईओ, भावें कोई निर्णय होए, बस दर्शनी घोड़ा ना बना दियो, बाकी सब ठीक है। चीफ मिनिस्टर को डिक्लेयर करने की मांग, उसको हम जल्दी से जल्दी पूरा करें, और जो सही व्यक्ति होगा वो पंजाब को आगे ले जाएगा, और दूसरा व्यक्ति और दूसरे सब लोग मिलकर एक टीम जैसे लड़ाई लड़ेंगे। ऐसे कोई कहे कि कोई लड़ाई है।
Thursday's events have once again exposed the divisions within the Congress. Unless Rahul Gandhi unites the faction-ridden party, it runs the risk of losing Punjab. One of the two states, the grand old party is in power on its own. Bureau Report, India Today.
The Aam Aadmi Party, of course, is trying to ensure they make inroads also in this particular election in Punjab. And the AAP CM face, which has already been announced, Bhagwant Mann, has gone all out to take on his arch rivals. Mann has hit out at his former comedy show judge and now rival Navjot Singh Sidhu, as well as Akali Dal's Bikram Singh Majithia. Both are contenders for the Amritsar East constituency. Bhagwant Mann says he's confident that voters now have an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone. The AAP convener and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has also joined Mann. Kejriwal has called both Sidhu and Majithia political elephants who've crushed and looted people. With the thrilling political contest in the poll-bound state just around the corner, jibes are flying thick and fast. Mann has also questioned Congress on its Ladki Hoon Lad Sakti Hoon campaign that the party is banking on in Uttar Pradesh. He called the slogan an eyewash and questioned Congress on why it hasn't given 40% tickets to women in Punjab as well. AAP, remember, already created quite a lot of buzz in the state by allotting 10% of its tickets to women. The Congress has given less than 10% tickets to women in the 4 other poll-bound states of Punjab, Manipur, Uttarakhand and Goa, only ensuring that women get tickets in the state where their slogan is all about women empowerment.
सिद्धू साहब ने अपने भतीजे ਨੂੰ ਦਵਾ ਲਈ, मैडम ਭੱਠਲ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਜਵਾਈ ਨੂੰ ਦਵਾ ਲਈ, ਡਾਕਟਰ ਅਮਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਬੇਟੇ ਨੂੰ। ਸੋ ਇੱਕੋ ਘਰ 'ਚ 2-2 ਟਿਕਟਾਂ ਵੀ ਨੇ, ਰਿਸ਼ਤੇਦਾਰੀਆਂ ਵੀ ਨੇ। नहीं निकल सकती कांग्रेस इस परिवारवाद चों। दोनों आपस च तू मैं करते हैं। वो उन्होंने लंबू कहता है, वो उन्होंने ठोको ताली। सो ये बहुत वधिया मौका है अमृतसर के लोगों को इक्को तीर ना दो निशाने मारना। दोनों चुप करके बह जाएंगे कि आ देखा लोगों का आ फतवा है जी।
ये दोनों को लोगों ने परख के देख लिया। मजीठिया साहब तो एक तरह से बेल भी उनकी कैंसिल हो गई है, जेल से भागते फिर रहे हैं, और सिद्धू साहब तो अपने हलके में कभी जाते ही नहीं हैं। तो हमारी जो कार्यकर्ता जो वहाँ से लड़ रही हैं वो एक आम महिला हैं, एक आम कार्यकर्ता, एक आम महिलाएं जो लोगों के बीच में रहती हैं। लोग उनको कभी भी फ़ोन करेंगे वो मिलेगी, वो रात को 12 बजे भी लोग उनको फ़ोन करके बुलाएंगे तो वो आएगी। तो मैं समझता हूं कि लोग इन दोनों को वोट क्यों देंगे? ये दोनों तो एक तरह से बड़े बड़े पॉलिटिकल हाथी हैं जिनके पैरों के नीचे जनता कुचल जाती है।
And let's also get you details of what's happening in Uttar Pradesh, where the fight between all political parties is to ensure that they capture maximum votes in western Uttar Pradesh. And crucial to that is capturing the Jat vote. After the BJP's constant outrage over the last few days, the SP-RLD alliance is all set to also woo the Jat voter. SP Chief Akhilesh Yadav and RLD leader Jayant Chaudhary will address a joint press conference today in Muzaffarnagar. Jayant Chaudhary is also likely to make some startling revelations about the meeting between the Jat community and Home Minister Amit Shah that happened in Delhi. The prominent Jat leader said that no key leaders from the Jat community were present in that meeting, and it was only a meeting with all BJP members. After meeting with the Jats in Delhi, the BJP even invited RLD leader Jayant Chaudhary to join the party, to which he responded by raking up farmers' debt, saying instead of inviting him, they should invite the 700 farmer families whose homes BJP destroyed. BJP managed to amass 45% votes in Muzaffarnagar in 2017 and 26% back in 2012. SP, on the other hand, got 40% of the votes in 2017 and 34% in 2012. So this could go either way. So it's clear now that western Uttar Pradesh is where the heart of the battle is between the BJP and the Samajwadi Party. Let's get you details in our next report of exactly how the BJP, with the top guns like Home Minister Amit Shah, Rajnath Singh, Yogi Adityanath, all of them have been in fact reaching out to the Jat voter.
It's a region that has been troubling the BJP, especially after the Kisan protest against farm laws. With days to go for the elections, the BJP is now on a furious mission to mend fences. The BJP's full artillery was in the western UP region on Thursday, parts of which go to the ballot in the first phase on 10th of February. On Wednesday evening, Amit Shah had a big meeting to appease Jat leaders. A day later, the Home Minister headed to western UP.
ये यूपी के चुनाव को विधायक का चुनाव मत समझिए, किसी को मंत्री मुख्यमंत्री बनने का चुनाव मत समझिए। उत्तर प्रदेश का चुनाव आने वाले देश में भाग्य का, भारत के भाग्य का निर्णय करने वाला चुनाव।
Shah started the day with a visit to the temple city of Vrindavan, offering prayers at the famous Bake Bihari temple. With the Samajwadi Party and RLD out to capitalize on the farmer discontent, Western UP has become a major conflict point in these polls. A day after the BJP sent feelers to him, Jayant Chaudhary let out a flurry of attacks on the Modi government.
न्योता उन्होंने बड़ा फीका दिया है, क्योंकि 5 साल में उन्होंने किसानों के लिए कोई काम नहीं किया। अभी कल परसों ही इलाहाबाद में जिस तरह का बल प्रयोग बिहार में और यूपी में नौजवानों पे हुआ, तो वो कैसे सोच सकते हैं कि इस माहौल में कोई उनके साथ हाथ मिलाना चाहेगा। और हम तो निरंतर हमने संघर्ष किया, सड़क पे रहे, लाठी खाई। विपक्ष की जो भूमिका होती है एक जिम्मेदार विपक्ष की, उसमें लोकदल के हर कार्यकर्ता ने उस जिम्मेदारी को निभाया है। मैं उनके साथ धोखा और दगा कैसे करूं?
Home Minister Amit Shah, as a part of his outreach program to the Jat community, visited Vrindavan Temple, Bake Bihari, and also spoke with the leaders in Mathura. Now, Amit Shah understands the importance of the Jat community. If we talk about 2014 elections, 2017 or 2019 elections, the Bharatiya Janata Party knows that their win depends on the Jat factor.
Home Minister Shah also carried out door-to-door campaign in Dadri and Greater Noida on Delhi's outskirts. Also in the Western Belt were Defence Minister Rajnath Singh and UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. While Rajnath carried out door-to-door campaign in Modi Nagar, the Chief Minister was in Bijnor.
अब कभी नहीं नाराज हो सकता। जाट समुदाय में पूरी तरह से आश्वस्त हूँ क्योंकि मैं बहुत ही नजदीक हूं और दिली रूप से उनके प्रति मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूं। चौधरी जब से मैंने राजनीतिक जीवन में प्रवेश किया है, चौधरी चरण सिंह जी हमारे एक आदर्श रहे, आदर्श के रूप में बराबर मैंने उनको देखा है।
दीपोत्सव का आयोजन, भव्य कुंभ और दिव्य कुंभ, ये रंगोत्सव का कार्यक्रम पिछली सरकारों की सोच में था ही नहीं, वहां पे तो केवल सफाई महोत्सव था।
In 2017, the BJP won 109 out of the 136 seats in the Jat-dominated region. But equations have changed since then. And that's what is of concern to the BJP. With Aishwarya Paliwal, Bureau Report, India Today.
Let's also get you the latest updates on the investigation into the Tanjavur suicide case. There have been a lot of angles, a lot of narratives and counter-narratives that have been emerging. But here's the latest update that's come in this case. We've accessed the District Education Officer's probe report, and this report states that no complaints were made by students of the school over religious conversion. It further mentions the students never raised any issue regarding religious propaganda, even as the school has a large number of Hindu students studying in it. This report further confirms that the victim was sent home from the hostel after she had stomach pain and was throwing up. She was also suffering from vitiligo. District Education Officer's assessment counters the teen's family's claims, as the family has been alleging that she was forced to convert to Christianity and that the school did not inform them even as the victim attempted to end her life. They've said that she was forced by the warden. There is a dying declaration also in which the victim speaks about some of these issues. So a lot of questions doing the rounds on exactly what happened. The District Education Officer's report also throwing up further questions.
லேட்டாக தான் போனேன். அதனால இல்லை, எப்போவுமே என்னை போர்டிங்கில் சிஸ்டர் இருப்பாங்க, அவங்க கணக்கு உனக்கு பார்க்க சொல்லுவாங்க. இல்லை சிஸ்டர் நான் லேட்டாக தான் வந்தேன், இப்போ ஒன்றும் புரியலை, நான் அப்புறமா எழுதி தரேன்னு சொன்னாலும் கேட்கவே மாட்டாங்க. பரவாயில்ல, எழுதி கொடுத்துட்டு உங்கள் வேலையை பாரு, நான் கரெக்டாக இருந்தாலும் தப்புன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு கணக்கில் 1 மணி நேரம் உட்கார வச்சுருவாங்க. நான் படிக்கிறேன், கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் பண்ணுறேன். அதனால மார்க் கம்மியாக எடுத்துகிட்டே இப்படியே போயிட்டு இருந்தால் படிக்க முடியாதுன்னு நினச்சிட்டேன்.
உன்னை ஸ்கூலில் போட்டு வைக்கக்கூடாது அந்த மாதிரிலாம் தான் சொல்லுவாங்களா? சரி, வேற பொங்கலுக்கு ஊருக்கு வந்தியா?
அப்பெல்லாம் கேட்டா இல்லை நீ படிக்கணும், இங்கே அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. சொல்லி என்னை அங்கேயே இருக்க வச்சுருவாங்க.
இப்போ பொங்கலுக்கு கூட ஊருக்கு வரலையா?
பொங்கலுக்கு இப்போ உடம்பு சரியில்லைன்னு சொல்லி
நீங்க மருந்து சாப்பிட்டது அவங்களுக்கு தெரியுமா? அவங்களுக்கு தெரியாது.
As COVID cases are declining, there's now a growing chorus to go ahead and reopen schools again across the country. And it's according to this that the government also is working out. Sources have told us that the authorities are trying to work out a staggered model to ensure that schools can be reopened again. Now, according to sources, the government is seeking opinions from an expert panel also as to exactly how they can reopen schools, how to go about it to ensure it's done in a safe manner and not where schools open in one go with all students in classrooms. The Health Ministry is also issuing an advisory to states on exactly how to go about the phase-wise reopening of schools and, importantly, higher education institutions as well. Remember, schools across the country have been shut for over 600 days now due to the pandemic, and you can only imagine what kind of an adverse impact it has on children's education. Several states have already decided to reopen schools. For example, the city of Channi has decided to reopen schools and colleges from February 1st. Chandigarh is also planning to reopen schools for class 10 onwards and colleges from February 1st. Mumbai has already opened schools from January 24th. In Jaipur, schools and colleges are operating with 50% attendance. Kerala at this point has no plans to open schools because cases are still on the rise in the state. Delhi schools have also remained closed till further notice, but the government is mulling opening up schools in the national capital.